This is where the election's being decided, not in political meetings, but on the streets, in the homes and in the heads of voters. We're choosing a path for Britain after Brexit, and on this nation-dividing issue, Labour's taking a gamble that'll win some voters and maybe lose a lot of others. Here in Barking, in a lot of places where people voted Labour and then chose to leave the EU. Today, Labour's out to show it's more pro-Europe, more open to compromise than Theresa May's Tories from the start. EU nationals here would keep their rights. No ifs, no buts.
On day one of a Labour government, we will immediately guarantee that all EU nationals currently living in the UK will see no change in their legal status as a result of Brexit. Day one, big commitment.
After Brexit, old rights of free movement across the UK border had to change, but then more clarity on Labour policy. Get a job offer, he told me, and you're free to come in.
Freedom of movement has to go, and therefore it will have to change. But we must have immigration that works for our communities and for our economy. And that means that there has to be movement of people to come and work in this country. How that's managed will have to be resolved, but the last thing we want is for our businesses to go bankrupt.
Then he poured cold water on the Leavers' dream of using new freedoms outside the customs union to conquer markets beyond Europe.
I think it's worth keeping the customs union option on the table and seeing where we are in 2 years. But we have to focus on the EU trade agreement. That's 44% of our trade, and make sure that is our priority.
And not hypothetical free trade deals elsewhere in the world.
Well, the idea of hypothetical free trade agreements in April 2019 compensating for losing the EU is something nobody's contemplating, and that's why we have to concentrate on the EU trade agreement.
Till now, Labour and the Tories have been sounding more alike over Brexit than either side has been prepared to admit. Now, Labour's showing more of its pro-European colours. The party needs to motivate its activists and its loyal supporters. But around here, and in places like this, it's a gamble. For many people, Europe is a gut issue.
There's enough in this small island that otherwise it's not going to be like a ship. We're going to sink.
Yeah. No need to let the Europeans in to do those jobs.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, no British can get a job. All the foreigners and other people coming in, they're taking them.
Labour says if you're a European and you've got a job, you're welcome. Are people welcome in that way?
Well, as long as they've got a job to come to, as long as that is documented and it's not just sort of a slip in, then yeah, I have no problem with that.
But now it's about which side can convince the voters. What do the others make of Labour policy? Not much.
This is the first time that we've heard this clarity on free movement. Unfortunately for both Jeremy Corbyn and Keir Starmer, many on the front bench, the Labour front bench, don't agree with him.
You've got to feel sorry for him in one sense. He's trying to put a united front on a party which is absolutely split down the middle on this issue, as on so many others.
It amounts to something which is too little, too late and too muddled. I'm still not clear whether the Labour Party believes that we should be in or out of the single market. They say they now don't agree with the government's negotiating strategy, yet they fatefully voted for it in the House of Commons.
Labour's struggle to sell a clear policy line, but now it's campaign time and the task is to get people to like what's on offer, assuming they can get the voters' attention. John Pinar, BBC News, Barking.
You have to give him some money for 50.